What's up, guys? Before we get too into it, I wanted to get back to a baseline of where I was before I actually started this day. Nope. On my last track day, I actually brought the R7, the ZX4RR, and if you remember, I had tons of issues with the Yamaha R7. Just didn't work out for me. I ended up sliding that front tire all over the place. I ended up breaking the rear axle adjustment, trying to swap out tires, all kind of frustrated. I decided to just hop on the ZX4RR and I just had fun for the rest of the day. And on the 4RR, I was actually able to drop my times 3 seconds from the previous time I was out there. So I did, towards the end of the day, start feeling a little bit better about that day. But starting off today with Josh Herrin, the first thing he did was he followed me around the track and basically kind of just assessed how I rode and learned my speeds basically, and took me into the shop, downloaded all the footage. We sat there and scrubbed through while he explained 3 major things I was doing wrong. He said he wanted to keep it minimal, mainly because if you feed me too much information, obviously I'm just going to be confused, which is kind of how it works when you're learning something new for the first time. So it was pretty cool that he gave me a few things to focus on, and in reality, he wanted to show me lines so that I understood lines a little bit better. And he also wanted me to fix my foot placement. But this was all after just the first session. And by the time he took me out on the second session, we kind of traded off back and forth. He held my speeds for me. He stayed in front of me. I stayed a little bit behind him because I was more nervous of running into him than anything else. So I kind of kept my distance quite a bit. He rode slow for me and exaggerated and tried to show me with his hands what I should be doing on the track. So I got to learn on this first run with him exactly how and where to put the bike while I was on the track. And then he had me go in front of him, and I was able to not only do my best to mimic the lines that he just showed me on the previous lap, but I immediately dropped 4 seconds in my lap time from what I had been doing on my best time with the ZX4RR, which was freaking awesome. So by the second lap, him showing me lines, talking to me about foot placement, and me trying to do it, it was just night and day difference. I was able to drop that 4 seconds, feel more comfortable on the bike, which was really cool. Josh was really good at breaking the techniques and the methods down to something very basic that I would understand. Like, for example, I used to be a runner, and he explained to me how my breathing pattern is obviously not working out for me on the bike because I was getting tired. My arms were wearing out real quick. And he said, you need to be breathing. You need to get in a breathing pattern like you're mountain biking or you're running. Once you start getting wore out and your body needs to get more air, like that's something I understand very well. I was a runner and I understand how to get into a breath pattern to get my heart rate down and keep myself going. So just the way he was able to kind of give me information that was functional on the bike, but also relate it to something that I understood outside of the motorcycle, which was really cool. We spent the rest of the day working on the items that he felt were the most important things that I really needed to fix on the bike.
Coming out of the corner, whatever, say you're in the center, just before you grab the brakes, just position your lower body to where you're going to be whenever you're clipping into the corner. So it's just that one look.
I really focused on getting my foot placement correctly and focused on utilizing the right lines for the track. The last thing I kept trying to do was get into a breathing pattern to keep going. Now, Josh had many other things that he wanted me to work on, but like I said, he kept it nice, slow, only a few things so that I don't get too overwhelmed with what I'm trying to do, and I pretty much just kind of focused on those 3 things for the rest of the day to try and better myself.
In those transitions, remember, don't go off to the right, center, off to the left.
Okay.
Any transition you do, just try going right and get your body over to the left immediately, okay?
Okay. Getting to train with Josh was not only a seriously eye-opening experience for me, but also insane to get to hang out with some dude that's that down to earth, that's a professional racer. It's a true dream come true to have this kind of experience. I honestly strongly recommend for you guys to reach out to him and do a track session with him as well. Like I said, this was probably the best experience I've had when it came to a track day and getting better at my riding. And what I thought was really cool, even though I tried my best to not focus on trap times throughout the whole day. I tried to focus on the training and the teaching. I never looked at my track timer on the bike. I just rode and did my best to, apply the techniques that he wanted me to. But the reality is my end goal was to get fast enough on the stock R7 that I could ultimately try out and qualify for the local CRA, race series that I have here near me. And by the third lap of that day, I already met 1 second under what I needed to qualify. So I think that's really cool. Stock bike, I've already met qualification times, and now I just need to get better and better and work my way into turning this bike into a track bike and making myself better. I strongly recommend you hit him up and go do some training with him. I'll leave his information down below if you want to hit him up and get out there and go for it. Once I've been able to put all this teaching to practice and I feel like I am good with it, I will definitely be doing lesson 2 with him. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!